This is your stop.
Hello, can you hear me? I don't know whether you can or not. I have not done a stream in absolutely ages. This is the first time me doing this. Hang on, let me just check sound. Yes, okay. I apologise for the lag at the start. It was because I was trying to post something to my Discord and my PC just completely died whilst trying to do it. So, you know, that happened, but how are we all? Are we all good? It's weird to be streaming again. I haven't done it in ages. I remember the last time was probably last year at this rate, where I said I was going to build my Thorpe Park, and I'm pretty sure I just toured it round and then did nothing. So, you know, that's how it goes. I'm going to try and keep the chat up and try and make sure that it doesn't lag too much for you guys, because it might do in the end. If it is buffering, I guess just reset the stream. For me, it's perfectly fine. I'm just watching in the background just to make sure it's okay. But yeah. Anyway, as you can see from my screen, we are in the Thorpe Park Resort. There's a police siren outside. Thank you. Remember, Thursday, clap for the NHS. Anyway. We're going to get into this. So, oh my god. The lag I am receiving on this world. Now, I completely forgot that I may be lagging on this park. Let's see if I can turn down the graphics settings a little bit more. We'll turn that down. Anyway, how is everyone? I'm so used to before, like, street. It's so nice to have everyone here. Like, geez, over 100 are watching. And my thing's just stopped. This is cool. It seems to be whenever my game lags entirely, my PC just completely dies. So, that's fun. And, yeah. As you can see, hopefully it's not too bad anymore. It doesn't lag this much. I think it's just because it's high intensity, because it's obviously streaming as well, and this park is very, like, game intensive. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. If it lags, I apologise. It's just the game not going well with the streaming software. It also may not help the fact that I have extra add-ons on. There we go, that's a little bit better, that's a little bit better. Sorry for the slow start. So, if you can tell by the title, I'm going to get copyrighted if you hear that. I should have thought this all out beforehand, but whatever. Cool. No, I can't hear. Right. So, it may lag quite a bit. I'm hoping it's not lagging too much. Tell me if you guys see any lag or whatever. I'll move it around a little bit. Again, apologies. It's my first time doing this in about probably half a year, so I just need to start experimenting with it all. And my god, this park lags out my PC as it is. And as soon as I loaded it up with the stream, PC died. So, what does everyone want to see in this position? I'm seeing a lot of volets. We can't exactly do that in Planet Coaster because they don't have the model, but you know what, I'll try. Should we try that? The original plan was a B&M dive, which I am going to take seriously and actually make a proper one. But how on earth do we make a... Giga SLC B&M dive? Jeez, the chat's moving so fast. Apologies. Inspin Blitz, dive. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a dive, hopefully. So, Giant Kiddie Coaster. That's a good idea. RMC Storm Surge. Nah, that's a shout. Anything would be better than it right now. If only I had an Alton Towers recreation, I could get rid of Rita. God damn it. What am I seeing? Thank you for the donations. You really didn't have to, but I appreciate it a lot. Coaster Mayhem, and also, let me scroll back up. Coin Dasher, thank you very much. Appreciate it a lot. Put slow mode on if your computer starts that. It's not the chat, it's my PC on this park, and also the streaming just colliding, because it's a massive park, and it's so intensive. Along with the streaming, it just kills. But we move. We're going to build... I don't think I'm going to do a non-serious one first. See, look how slowly that's going round. There you go. So, I think I'm going to start with a non-serious one. Well, a lot of people are saying Volair. So, should we try and make one? If you want to see an RMC that I made on this exact same park, on this plot of land, there is a video. I guess I could link it at the end of the stream. I'm not too sure. Pause the game. That is a good idea, actually. To be fair, thank you for that. There we go. Thank you. We'll try and do a Volair. We'll try and do a Volair. Why not? Why not? I've made one before, but it was it was awful. I think I did it launched with this. God, everything that's going wrong, everything that could have gone wrong is going wrong. That's cool. So we get a launch out the station, and then that is not the right track type. Oh well, we're only doing this one as a joke. So we go up. As you can see, the best part of the ride, the lift hill, other than the end. I am going to take this seriously after this. I'm just seeing what I can do. Technically, you could do this and the dive. But yeah, there's quite a few people I know. I know, like, who say that this plot of land could be easily used for a dive coaster, and to that I agree. So that is why I am going to be making that after I've made this more amazing coaster. It's not lagging too much. The quality is a bit awful, but I kind of have to do that on this type of park, because otherwise the PC and the stream will just completely die. But there you go. Wow, look at that inversion. That's wrong, actually. That should just be a torture chamber rather than an inversion. It is this. So, thank you, White and Dow, for the £2 again. You really didn't have to, but I really appreciate it. Make flying fishes and Pearl of Volair. That's a good shout, to be fair. That is a good shout. Although in this park, if you saw my recreation of Thorpe Park video. Did I mention it in there? I can't remember. I'm not sure whether I mentioned it, but I'm afraid in this recreation of... Oh, God, there we go. Turning that way. I can just go show you. The recreation I've made of flying fish will not be rideable because the station is too big and it would make it way too out of proportion. I know. Sad times, sad times. Again, as I've said, I will take this seriously in a minute. It's just this one. A lot of people, when I first said, oh, what should we make? Said Volair, and I'm going to do it. This isn't a layout of a Volair. I've messed this up so bad. 133 watching. Hello to all watching. I hope you're doing well, even though we're kind of stuck at home and there's no parks open or anything. Or it is quite a bit of an annoying situation, but it is what the government have said to do, and it's the best option for the parks and whatnot, so it makes sense. What is this? This is a support mess. A support mess. Magnetic brakes. Magnetic brakes. There really is no difference between your Volare and the real Volare. They're both crap. Fair enough, fair enough. It does look pretty awful, doesn't it? It kind of reflects the actual ride itself. If anyone has any questions, as it says in the top, any questions you may have, feel free to leave them in chat. I am going to go through and quite a few because I don't exactly want to sit here and just go through all of like this entire coaster build, just sitting there in just silence, just going. Because that isn't something you want to watch. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Jeez, the chat is moving fast. Dude, how's it, mate? From Theme Park Family. Hello, how are you? If you don't know, if you scroll up Theme Park Family on YouTube, I am going to be on Friday in one of their podcasts, and I went on. Very fun time indeed. So I recommend you give that a watch when it does come out. It was very good to be on there, so cheers for having me on. Yeah, what's the most amount of times you've ridden a ride without queuing? Oh my, there's people spamming. Jesus. Right, what's the most amount of times you've ridden a ride without queuing? I'd say Swarm, probably. Because I remember having like a 5-minute queue, and I'm pretty sure I did it like 11 times in one. Oh no, if you're talking UK, then definitely that. But if you're talking just rides in general, I've done 12 rides on Taron in one evening because we had ERT. So that was insane. But there you go. That's the most I've done. I do not want to finish this. This is just awful. There we go. Look at that. Imagine walking into Thorpe Park and all you see is that from the dome. Hang on, let's get a nice view of that. Whoa, there you go. Okay, that is really awful to look at, to be fair. Digicast when? Stay tuned for the end of this live stream in the outro. But yeah, I've had the effort to do an outro, which I don't usually do. I just say goodbye, play some music, and there you go. If you punch yourself, I see you posting this a lot. If you punch yourself, are you weak, or does that make you strong? It depends whether the punch hurts or not. Because if it does hurt, then technically you're strong. But that's a good riddle. I like that. But yeah, there you go. Make it black and grey. Okay. We'll test it in a minute. We'll see what goes. Oh my. That is an... Oh. This looks awful. The smoothing on it is absolutely insane. Jeez. £50. You really didn't have to do that. Jeez. Thank you so much. That's mental. Here you go, Dan. 50 quid. Possibly a 500-foot SLC for the... Sure thing. Jesus. Massive fan of you, mate. Well done for all the amazing content. Thank you so much. That's insane. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. You really didn't have to fork that amount for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I will make the 500-foot SLC. Don't you worry. I will make it. Yes. I just had a really bad voice crack and I tried to play it off. Whew, that was insane. Thank you so much, Europe Coaster Photos. Europe Coaster Thrills. See, I got your old Instagram name messed up. There you go. Right, I'm actually... That's nearly 2 pieces of merch you can get. Oh, my. Yes, as Elation put in the chat, a fellow moderator, you can go to teespring.com/stores/DigitalDan's merch store and buy some merch. Test the ride, please. I'm I was going to do that, but I got distracted by the fact someone just donated me 50 quid. That's insane. Thank you so much. And also, welcome Screwy Loops to the chat. I see you there. How are you doing, mate? Is it going to test? Oh, I've got it on pause. What's your favourite type of flat ride? I mean, this isn't going to work. Favourite type of flat ride? I quite like top spins now after doing ram assist. Oh, God, no, it's launching backwards. What is going on with this ride? What is... Yeah, favourite type of flat ride. I really like top spins after doing, I meant to say, what's it called? How's that lost my mind? Talican, that's it. That was really good. Rides like Samurai, I can't really remember what they're called. I know KMG Afterburners, I'm pretty sure those are like Vortex and whatnot. That's quite good as well. So, quite a lot. Dan, another 50. You really don't have to. I will make the 500-foot SLC go through Colossus's loop. Don't you worry about that. I will do that later on. Don't worry. I'm not going to sit here and say I'll do it and then I won't. I will do it. I'm going to make a dive first. We're actually going to take this seriously now. I'm going to make a dive coaster. This was the whole plan. If you see in the thumbnail, I am going to build a B&M dive coaster that will go just on this little island here. Smashing cheers, bro. How's you? I'm good, thank you. It's just boring being at home all the time, but what can you do? It's the right decision to make, and hopefully we can all be outside sooner or later, but yeah. 400-foot Bouncezilla, 400-foot Bouncezilla, 400-foot Bouncezilla. Thing is, I really want to make a Bouncezilla recreation in this park, but I don't know whether to or not. You know, it's an idea. And my game's die. If occasionally my game just completely dies and I like say, oh, my game's frozen, it's because it's auto-saving, and obviously, as I said before, it's a massive park, so it just kind of just dies. We ever do a setup tour? I've already done one before. It was very old, and stupidly, I made it just before I upgraded my setup. So I might make another one. Who knows? There's a lot of stuff I want to do in this quarantine time. As I've said many times before, I have so many ideas. Obviously, the Digicast episode 1 is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, dive coaster time. Oh my god, this is so laggy. What we're going to do, I have a feeling, because this is genuinely what I think could come to Thorpe Park, a dive coaster. I think that would be one of the most, not obvious, but one of the most, oh, I don't know what's the word. What's the word when it's like something that would be most likely? I think this would be the most likely thing to come to Thorpe Park, because it has height, has easy marketing, and also it just looks good on the skyline, really, doesn't it? So that's my thoughts on it. Are you using the 4 meter method? Probably. I do that all the time, my recreations. But sometimes others come out a little bit smoother than others. But sometimes that didn't even make sense. Sometimes some come out smoother than others. There you go. See, the thing is, right, this game, it's very stupid because, well, I love this game, as I say, but this game's a bit stupid because the drop holding holds the train down about 3/4 of the way down the drop, so it kind of just slowly goes down and stops midway, and then it's just hanging there 90 degrees, and then it just goes down, when usually it's just holding a little bit over the drop, and then it whips over. But there you go. I'm honestly fed up of seeing these. Well, moderators, that's what they're here for. I'm not really looking at the chat. I'm just kind of like my attention span is to my PC screen, and then occasionally I look over, look at the chat, and then I'll go back. So, why so many drive tires? I don't really know, to be honest. It's just a bit Planet Coaster, really, isn't it? Terrible at Planet Coaster, man. Teach me. That could be a video on my channel. Come on, I'm joking. If you're up for that, That could be the video on my channel we were talking about not so long ago. Teaching Chris how to play Planet Coaster. That'd actually be a really good video. If you're down for that, there's an idea. I don't know. It just takes time. It's like, I don't want to say that I'm like a god at the game, because I'm really not. I still have like loads to learn. But I'm really happy with how I've come in the game. I used to like make the creations and they'd be unsmooth or just not very good. And then I've slowly developed like learning how to smooth properly and making them decently smooth, theming and everything. And I'm like, decent. But there you go. This drop will look awful to start off with. Is that even... That's not 90 degrees, is it? That's like 90 point something. Angle snap time. Talking of drop rides. Oblivion. I said drop rides, I meant dive coasters. Talking of dive coasters. Oblivion. Oblivion's a very good ride, and I'm ashamed we can't ride it for the start of this season, obviously, because it hasn't really opened yet. But what do you guys think of Oblivion? I don't know why that's come to my mind, it's just a talking point. There you go. I don't know whether that came up in the top right on the stream. Probably didn't. Great ride. Please do virtual towers. Again, if it's alright, can you not spam? Because it's kind of clogging up the chat. But there we go. Virtual towers is something I'd look into. I think I'd just kind of... I don't really know, to be fair. Kind of just look round. I know a lot of people. I know Screwy Loops, Chris, you've done that before. I've seen that. It's a very nice recreation of Alton Towers. Like, it's insanely accurate, but I'll obviously do kind of like maybe one of those ones if they actually like end up adding, say, Katanga Canyon and Wicker Man to it. I may do one after that. But yeah, this is looking awful. What have I done? See, this is the thing, right? If I was doing this on an actual video, I could cut bits out, but I can't. And this is why we have moderators. Why so many supports? Well, it's done on the 4-meter technique, so when you build the coaster itself, obviously it auto-complete supports itself. And because it, for some reason, gives the support to each part, there you go, it just does that. I'm seeing a lot of single rail. I know it's spam, but I'm seeing a lot of the word single rail. I mean, I'm not good at building them types of coasters, but there you go. Sports are realistic. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely amazing. Wish this game can't be any better. The support building tool is so insane. In real life, they need about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Could do with another one, to be fair, just to make it more realistic, but it's decent, it's decent. That's going to go too fast into that. This is why streaming coaster builds isn't fun. Because the rides I make take so much trial and error that when I first make them, I'm like, oh, I'm showing this off to everyone. Because I remember in the RMC video, if you have seen that, you can find it on my channel. It's called Designing an RMC in Thorpe Park or whatever. I remember making a first version of it, and it was insanely, like, god-awful. And I got rid of it, and then what you saw is what you saw, but, like... Stick with Merlin theming. Well, theming on Merlin attractions recently has been decent with Wicker Man and whatnot, but... with Thorpe Park theming, it's not... Obviously, Swarm, you can't really comment on that because it's very good, but... a lot of the rides at Thorpe Park are very loosely... can't really say that considering Saw and sort of swarmer in the same park. I'm just waffling here, as I always do in live streams and Planet Coaster videos. Do a video saying why Octonauts is better than Steel Vengeance. See, you see, that bit there looks awful, right? But when you smooth it out, it ends up looking quite smooth, which I'm quite happy about. Although I still think it'll end up looking awful. Let's give it a little. You're my favourite thing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. See, this is how, if you don't know how to do the 4 meter technique, here you go. Here's a tutorial. So you build in 4 meter pieces, okay? And then you select 4 pieces of the 4. Is that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you just slide, you smooth once, then slide it across, smooth again, slide it across, smooth again, slide it across. And you just keep going. It's such a long process, but it does smooth out your coasters quite well, especially in the front bumper view. Or if you're not here to mess around and that corner is absolutely awful, then you just go like that. Doesn't look the best, but it looks a bit better than before. Imagine Thorpe Park actually got a coaster. True that. It wouldn't let me. Again, you really don't have to donate. It's perfectly fine, but I really appreciate those who have, and especially you, Europe Coaster Frills. Thank you so much, but you don't have to. It's fine. I will do a 500 for SLC, as you were talking about before, that goes through Colossus's loop, because why not? I'm sure my PC won't crash, but we'll give it a shot. Thorpe really need a dive coaster. Well, I wouldn't say Thorpe really need it, but I think it's the most marketable one they could go for, something along those lines. And oh, hang on, actually, I didn't realise you were watching. That's. Hang on a sec. There we go, done. But yeah, I'd say they don't need a dive coaster, but I think it would work best for them because, well, it's marketable, as I've said about 500 times this stream, and it also just would look nice on the skyline. If you've seen pictures of like the skyline from Monk's Walk, and it kind of just sits where you can see Stealth, Soar, Colossus, Rush, Swarm, all from that kind of distance. It's like you sit there and there's a gap between where Stealth and Swarm are. If there was a dive coaster at the back, that'd be very good. I imagine it would. Yeah, it'd be very good. I'm going to turn the friction down a lot. So if this is speeding massively, oh my god, the lag. Okay, it's fixed itself. Yeah, I apologise if the lag. You know what, I'm going to get rid of all the supports because that's probably doing a lot of damage. PC specs I just saw. I mean, I haven't. Like, there we go. Right, basically, so my PC specs, off the top of my head, bear in mind, I am awful at PC specs, although I don't remember at all. I've got... oh, okay, I'm getting messages, cool, that's epic. I'm just going to do that, for now. To that person, just... I know you said, can I crash your stream? Just don't... See, in versions like this, I'm going to blame the fact that I can't build today on lag. If I raise that up a bit. But my PC specs, off the top of my head, are... I've got a GTX 1050 Ti. I know that. I've then got... Yeah, I should test it, to be fair. I've got... an AMD Ryzen 5 2600, I believe that's something. Pause the game again, or I'm going to test this. So, but yeah, I will afterwards. Oh god, this is going to be awful. That's not too bad. That's an alright inversion. That's an alright inversion. It's kind of this bit that I need to work out properly. I think I need to bank it more. But we are going to test it just for a second. Again, I think I should have just imported part of this park and had it on the back of this island. Because for some reason, I don't know what happened. May have been an update. Or, I'm not too sure. Oh, that went down with some speed. It's going quite fast, To be honest, if I slow down the friction, that won't be too fast. But I probably should have, like, before this stream, sectioned off an island in a different park and then done it on there. But, you know, it's just like... Yeah, I'm going to smooth it out. I know the drop is a bit too straight. I'm going to smooth that out in just a minute. Once I've finished the rest of the layout, probably. Because I tend to do my smoothing after the layout's finished. I have to ride Rita 5 times. I mean... You know what I think of Rita. I mean, thing is, I'm going to break some news now. I exaggerate my hatred of Rita a lot. Because I think it's a pointless ride in terms of towers, coasters. Like, you have... I forgot to list it in my recent video. Oblivion, Nemesis, 13, Galactica, or Air. You have all the other coasters in the park, like Smiler. All those... I'm not going to list them all because I haven't done that before. But Rita is just the ride that you kind of sit there and think they could have done that better. Like, obviously, back then it was insane. But with all the new coasters that they have now, it's kind of like, oh, Rita's just there. That's... Yeah, Wicker Man as well. Wicker Man's very good. But yeah, it was like... Cool. I just think Rita's just... It's more boring and pointless than it is bad. That still sounds bad, but there you go. Okay, it's going around that with less speed. It's really annoying that you can't do 2 cars rather than 1. Yikes. To be honest, the heartlining... I want to say, from some angles, it looks good. So, for instance, from that angle of the 0G, or the corkscrew, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't look too bad. From this angle here, it looks not great. And then that angle, it looks awful. And then that angle, it doesn't look too bad either. This inversion here, that doesn't look too bad from this angle. Whereas this angle, it looks a bit meh. And then there, it looks awful. It's just perspective. What do you want to see in UK parks over the next 3 years? Definitely another major coaster somewhere. Obviously, we're getting 2 major ones, Flamingo Land and Portland's Park. Alton Towers, I'd really like to see them invest something good rather than just another... I don't really know how to explain it. Like Alton Towers Dungeon, that was good, but I'd like to see them invest something brand new rather than renovate a space or something maybe, because I think it'd be more unique, but... Yes, Theme Park Badger, how's it going? Ollie, how is it going? Not gonna lie, this coaster so far should just be called the biggest yikes you've ever seen. Because I went into this with the RMC. I went in with I didn't have a plan, but I kind of towards the start of it I went, you know what, I'm going to do that with the layout. I'm going to take it around the back. I'm going to do it all there, and then I'll have space here. Made a really funny Bounce-Zilla joke because I've definitely not made too many of those. And then I went from there, whereas this, I've literally just placed down the station and thought, oh, I could turn it around here, and then I've just done whatever comes to mind. You, Screwy Loops, Theme Park Worldwide, and Jack Silkstone should all do a contest on making a single coaster on Planet Coaster. I mean, I'd be up for that, but I'm pretty sure Theme Park Worldwide would decline on that offer. We'll go bank sort of to the left. We can have a lakeside Splashdown. Yeah, guys, if you are going to, like, if you want me to see a message, I am going to start scrolling up in a bit, so just post it once, and it will be fine. You don't have to spam constantly. Alex Crump theme coaster, that'd be a very good coaster, to be fair. Do a 0G stall over the station. That would be more of an RMC element, I think. So it's kind of just not really a dive element. But yeah, that would be a decent idea, especially on an RMC. I scrolled up a second. I saw a good question. What made you start YouTube? To be fair, a lot of people are like start off YouTube and they're like theme park YouTubers and they're like, oh, I really wanted to document theme parks and stuff. I started YouTube because I wanted to make a couple videos on the Wii U with my cousin. That was the start of it, which was really weird because because I always liked theme parks, like since the start. I can't say I've always liked coasters because I really haven't, but it started ages ago and I just wanted to post a couple of funny moments or whatever, and then it somehow evolved eventually into this through the Minecraft phase, as much as I hate it, but that was part of the channel build up, and then yeah, somehow got to this, so thank you everyone for the support. That was a bad voice crack. My voice is dying, okay, leave me alone. What is your number one coaster? If you don't know, my profile picture may be Red Force, but that is third in my top 10. It's Taron. Because Taron is insane. The MC phase was class. No, it was not. It was not class at all. I think I'm going to have... I know it's very unoriginal, but we've had a corkscrew in Immelman. I think I'm going to have a nice, like, maybe inverting barrel roll. Cool. A barrel roll here. And it's just going to go behind the drop. And then it's going to... This is a good idea, you know. It's going to go... I'm actually getting hyped. You're going to go barrel roll round here through the lift support. And then it's going to bank round here. Do a splash down right by the lake. Kind of turn up. Maybe do another little hill. And then it's going to go into a brake run. Round. And into the brakes. It's too long for a realistic dive. Emperor does exist. As well as Valkyria. Which are quite long. This could technically beat the world record. Because Merlin loves world records. The world's longest mini dive or something. Europe's longest dive coaster. Again, I'm voice cracking. I absolutely hate myself. J Stocky. Yes, lad. Buy Dan's merch. If you want to cop the merch, it's in the description. Teespring. No, I'm not a sellout. But yes, if you would like to, it's in the description. I think that's 2. B&M dives don't really do rapid banking, which is kind of why I wanted to like long this bit out a lot, rather than have it go bang bang, whereas it just kind of goes wee down. But yeah, I'm definitely going to smooth this all out. It looks awful right now, but I tell you, I'm going to smooth it out. Dan Wardley, yes, Dan Wardley. Yo, Dan, I'm a big fan. Thank you so much. Everyone who's come to watch, everyone who's seen my videos before, like this video, or anything like that, I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support I've been getting, especially recently. It's just been insane, so thank you, everyone. And I will be making a part 2 of that Alton Towers video, because, my god, it got more of a response than I thought it was going to get, and me trying to cover it all, I then got a bunch of people saying, you should do a part 2, so I will be doing that as well, because I did feel kind of bad making that video, that I just kind of... Oh, there we go, there's the lag. I'm going to pause this now. See, it's auto-saving, it just breaks my game. There we go, that's better. I'm going to use a little bit longer pieces here, just so I can make it more snappy. What was I even talking about? What was I talking about? I've lost what I was talking about. What? Can someone This is gonna sound so bad. Can someone remind me of what I was? Oh, it was the SW9 thing. I just felt kind of bad that I didn't cover like all the responses. My voice. Oh, I need to clear my voice. Hang on. I coughed into my elbow. Don't worry. Yeah, I tend to be one on streams and stuff who just their voice dies. So you should hear some of the outtakes in my videos when I'm making them. If you want to see outtakes of videos as well, that's an idea. But yeah, the SW9 video. Yeah, I felt kind of bad that I didn't cover because somehow, oh my god, that is awful. Somehow I got over 200 responses on just YouTube, which was insane. I know a lot of them were just repeats, just saying kind of, oh, can you get? There should be a dive coaster. Dive coaster, cool. That's not already at Alton Towers. There should be an Intimate Blitz. They should replace Rita. There should be a water coaster. It's kind of the same thing, but there was a lot of different ones that said they should do this that no one else had really mentioned, and I did want to cover them all. But oh my god, it's gone again. I'm gonna try and ignore the fact I keep voice cracking, but I was kind of annoyed the fact I couldn't cover them all because that would take me ages and it would be about a half an hour long video. So I thought I'd split it up into 2 parts. I don't really want to make a third because I think that's just longing it out, but maybe I'm gonna have to. Who knows? Thank you, Coaster Mayhem, for £2. I really appreciate it. Again, didn't have to, but I appreciate it a lot. Do you think Blackpool will get a B&M? I don't know. I think they're going to go more innovative for the UK, so probably not. A lot of people were saying RMC, which I was just like, what? They should get a Mack Big Dipper. Bear in mind, they don't have a lot of space to expand, unless I'm wrong. I'm not a Blackpool expert, so I don't really know that. But yeah, I think they should get a Mack Big Dipper because, one, they've worked with Mack before and they know how good they are, and then two, well, they don't have to have much capacity and it will be good anyway, so it would look nice and it would fit nicely. Dan, I bought a Smiler Brook hoodie. I said that wrong. Broke hoodie. Looks incredible and I'm very happy to support you. Thank you so much for purchasing the merch. I appreciate it. It does mean a lot and I'm glad you like it. That's the main thing. It's not the fact you bought it, it's the fact as long as you like it, that's good. So I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Call the ride Rita 2. Well, this is in Thorpe Park, so should it be Swarm 2 or Mr. Cola Roaster? I almost got that messed up and said roller coaster, but I saw it right. Hi Dan, love your channel. Again, thank you for the support, I appreciate it. What was that saying? I was about to read out what the spam was, and then it just got deleted, so I apologise for that. But as I said, if you do have something you want to ask me, just post it once. I will scroll back up and say it. If I do miss it, or I don't mention it, then just, I guess, repost it, but not multiple times, because it's kind of annoying for the chat. How would you feel about B&M stand-up? They're pretty outdated now. When was the last one made? I don't even know. Ages ago, probably. But yeah, I don't really see them getting one. But maybe. You never know. Dan, who is being featured on the Digicast? Well, 2 people are being featured on it. They're not... Well, one of them has a YouTube channel, which I think you should definitely go check out. He's a really funny guy, so go check it out as well. And there's one person who is going on it who just asked that question. This is so going to lose speed. I already know it will. But yeah, Digicast, if you stay tuned to the end of this video, there is going to be a little, well, it's not really a teaser, it's just kind of saying when it's coming out, because outro and that. Did I say intro? I meant outro, if that's what it was. Digital diss tracks. He did make a digital diss track, DigitalDan diss track. He did make that. He did make that. Love your Thorpe Park recreation. Thank you very much. It's taken way too long to build, but I appreciate it. Do you remember Dan? Yes, I do. Don't worry about that. Have you got any more questions? Because I know I'm not. This isn't obviously a shot, but if you want to ask any more questions now, because I know you like to ask a lot of questions, which is perfectly fine by me, obviously, then feel free to ask them right now. I'm perfectly fine to go and answer them now. Always down for that. And there we go, the layout is completed of this absolutely shambolic dive coaster. Can you show your Creek Freak Massacre build in a little bit? Yeah, I can. I'll go around. If you guys want to see a certain bit of the Thorpe Park recreation that I didn't show in my video, because I know I missed out. I think I missed X and the inside of Creek Freak Massacre, as you've just said. And I think I missed a couple other things as well. If you guys want to see them, or some stuff, obviously I'm not going to show POVs of certain things, because they're kind of not top secret, but I usually release the POVs right at the end of the whole build process. Oh my, there's a lot of comments. Do you think Blackpool Pleasure Beach would get a B&M? As I said, I'm not too sure yet. Maybe in the future. I think they're going to go more unique. Maybe another Mac or something. I'm not too sure. Do you think Thorpe Park will open this year despite the situation that's going on? I think it will open. I think it will open. It may. I'm going to say it will open. I've always been saying late May or early May. Sometime in May, I think they'll reopen. So, you know. Matt Water Coaster ride that inverts. That'll be pretty decent as well. He didn't have to get timed out. He just said it twice. Maybe. This is my first time streaming in quite a while. So, it's not. Yeah. Would you rather get a blitz or a Vekoma shockwave? Probably a blitz. What would you do if Thorpe Park was closed forever? As long as I got my last rides on everything and I wasn't just thrown out there, oh, you can't go again, then I'd be fine, I think. Do you think Rita will be removed at any point? Hopefully. Didn't Thorpe Park have the most naked people on a roller coaster? That was broken by Blackpool in Grand National, I think. Have a challenge, ride Hero 10 times in a row. I think I'd rather jump off a cliff into a pool of water. That was going to sound awful if I didn't finish that off, but yeah, I'd rather dive off a cliff into freezing cold water than because that would be pretty scary as it is, than ride Hero, because that's not necessarily too scary, but it's too painful. Can we see a POV of it currently, please? I will do a POV probably once I've smoothed it all. It will be at some point in this. Can you show the park? I will show some of it. Guys, what happened to Francis? Who knows? Who knows? RMC Flying Fish, thank you, Jack Dubs, for the £2.99. I appreciate it. Which theme park has the best toilets? Now, Taryn's toilets are very good. Taryn's toilets are well themed, and oh god, what am I talking about? I really should have got a drink. My voice is breaking every minute. Dan, do you recognise my name? I recognise quite a lot of people here, obviously, because I'm one of those ones who does read pretty much all their comments. So if your comment gets a reply or a heart, obviously I've seen it. And yeah, thank you everyone who's tuning in, who's been an avid supporter of the channel. I really appreciate it. I don't know why I went so weirdly accented there, if that's a word. Now, if I do pause in the game, I was about to say then I'm talking about the questions, but if you heard me say if I'm talking in the game, then you would have been hearing me talking about the questions. But I'm answering questions as I go. Yes, I am. Oh no, you didn't. Get that one out there right now. Someone get Dan a J2O. Yes, please. The best one is an orange and passion fruit, and if you disagree, you're bad. Do you remember my SW9 reply about removing the entirety of all tower, replacing it with a dueling coaster? Yes, I remember that one. It got in the video. It was epic. It was a very good response. Is there anything else besides theme park you enjoy? Well, as a hobby, yeah, this is the main thing. Obviously the YouTube, the editing side of it. I like F1 quite a bit. I know a lot of people in the theme park community like that as well. Formula 1, that's quite good. And off the top of my head, no, not really. I can't think of anything else I like to, like, hobby-wise, I guess. And yeah, that's kind of it. Just sit on my chair and play Planet Coaster. Nah. Dan, have you played Alton Towers online? If you're talking about towers, what is it? Towers, virtual towers. Christ, I almost forgot that. Towers, virtual towers is very good. It's very good. I'm going to scroll back up again just to look up at some of the things people are saying. Do you have any Planet Coaster building tips? Well, as I say, you can follow... Oh, I don't know. I can't get the link right now because they would just kill my stream. But if you search up a floor pan... If you're talking about doing recreations, or general, you want to do recreations, there's a tutorial by Operator. He's a very good recreator himself as well. And he shows you how to do the floor pan tutorial. So this, you can see here, obviously, I've been following it for this kind of thing, to make it more one-to-one scale. There's a tutorial on how to do that. That's really helpful for making recreations. But if you're talking about in general, just make a coaster with the 4-meter technique, which is really smooth. You don't know how that's done. You get the shortest piece of track, so literally one piece is about this long. You place them all down, you do your coaster that way, and then you go through smoothing it by just going along and just doing that. It's quite a long process, but it gets it done. So, again, coughed into my shoulder, my elbow. I'm losing track. Do you have any I've answered that one. There you go. If you want any more, feel free to ask again. Favourite theme park food? Roller coaster restaurants, pretty decent. Thorpe Park do some decent stuff as well. Is it bad that I've never been in a pizza pasta? Because I've heard they're quite nice. The only good J2O flavour is copper. That would be a very nice flavour. Let's do a competition on YT about the best news. That's a shout, to be fair. I was going to do a Planet Coaster Challenge video, but I felt if you have seen CoasterBot did one as well, and he just went, we all built, I took part in it. You build a park in this small plot of land. Big up Ollie SM for helping out with that as well. We both did a teamwork on that. Cool. Became 8th, which is I was happy with. But yeah, we built like a mini park, and it was all a challenge. It spanned over about a week. That was good. And I've always wanted to do one during this quarantine time. That is a very good idea. I'm going to take note of that. Let me just find it and I'll screenshot it. Obviously, if it does happen, I will give you credit for the idea, because that is a very good idea. Robbie Tice, appreciate the idea. It's very good. I won't put the full Thorpe Park recreation on the workshop. I'll probably put it with my Swarm and Stealth and then done. Let's save that. I've titled the file RBGFRD, just spamming on my keyboard. Another £2 from Jack Dubs, thank you. What is your least favourite park in the UK? Can't really say I have a least favourite. I'd say I like most of them. I mean, the kind of one that I'd happy to just sit there and be like, oh, let's skip that part to go somewhere else. Probably like Water Valley, as sad as that sounds, because all I really did there was Ultimate Raptor Attack, Eagle's Claw. Those were all good, but after that we just kind of went over to Alton Towers and went there instead as well. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's my least favourite, because I did enjoy it, but it's kind of like not that big. So you get what I mean. I'm not slaying the place, but because it's a good park, but I just wouldn't go there as much as some other parks as well. Theme Park UK is here. Hello, how are you? Dan, I'm scared to go on the Smiler and Oblivion. Any tips when I go next time? Also, what is your favourite ride at Alton Towers? Scared of rides. Well, I'd say wait for Oblivion to have a 0-minute queue and literally psych yourself up to go. Well, don't psych yourself up for it, because sometimes that can lead to you getting me more worried, but literally just 0-minute queue, just get in the queue, don't even look at the ride, go on it, get it done, and then you'll be more confident in doing rides across the board. I remember being petrified of Nemesis, got straight on, enjoyed it. So that was ages ago, by the way, before you slate me. I did not cry on Nemesis when I was 15. I cried on it when I was like 9 or 8, so not as bad. Call it Raj has Corona Coaster. Okay, that's a lot of spam. Oh, okay, there we go. Just honestly, if you have one thing to say, I'm going to scroll up like I have been and check it all. If you don't really have to like spam. I will see it at some point. Not like Water Valley, I'm crying. Well, again, as I said, it's not the worst park in the world. It's just my least kind of one I'd say, oh my god, what is that? What have I done? It's the one I'd probably least, like, if someone said, oh, should we go here or here? I'd be like, yeah, let's go to the other place, because there's not much at Lightwater Valley. As much as a nice park it is, it does look very nice as well, but again, as I said, not much there. So I have to make the hard decision. Someone asked me what my least favourite park is in the UK. I have to make a hard decision somewhere. A lot of people hate Thorpe, by the way. I don't. I know I slate it a lot, but I really don't hate Thorpe Park. If you want to see my full thoughts on it, you can go check out Theme Park World Tour and his Thorpe Park, Tale of Thorpe Park, I believe it's called. Very good documentary. You should go watch it, and I am in it, so I give my thoughts in there. It's a very nice video. I'm full of plugs, even not in videos. It's insane. I don't know how I do it. Remove the towers. Hi Dan, how you doing? I'm doing good. How are you, William Afton.exe? Dan, that laugh. I know. Whenever I laugh, let's say when I laugh out loud, sometimes it comes out like really distorted, and then other times it just comes out just a. But I am laughing. Don't worry about that. What do you think of a Planet Coaster Alton Towers recreation? Well, this is what I've been saying. I've said this before. I don't know where I said it. I think that's... where did I say it? I think it was in an update video. I only have 1 or 2 more project ideas for this game. So the Thorpe Park recreation, when that's finished, obviously Colossus will be done by that time. Then Duel, I'm still finishing that as well. Don't worry, I haven't dropped it yet. I'm going to try and get more episodes out because I have more time. I have no GCSEs anymore, which is a plus for this side, but it's just a bit weird still. Although I've kind of got over it, so it's good. Although I wasn't that shook by it in the first place, but it was just very weird, as everyone can kind of agree. But that being said, I can release more Planet Coaster videos and spend more time on this thing. So, as I've been doing here, I've been adding so much to this park. I've been working on Amity more or less. I might show that off later, actually. I've been working on Tidal Wave mostly, all that kind of stuff. So, Taron at Alton or Thorpe. If you're going to get Taron at either one of them, I'd love to see it at Thorpe, because that's my my home park. Oh, hang on. It's gone down. Dan, what are you saying? I'm good. How are you? I don't... It's just, to me, I'm guessing, as everyone says, I'm awful at pronouncing names, and especially, yeah, I just can't. Dan, what about Smile? I'm terrified of that ride. Again, I'd say, I know you're not going to find it on a 0-minute queue, but just don't get too intimidated by it, because as soon as you start thinking, oh, this might be, like, a really insane ride, like, I might not like this, you won't want to go on it. So just, like, kind of psych yourself up to say this won't be that bad. Get yourself in that restraint. Once they've closed it, the gate's open to go down the first little drop, and you should be fine. It's really not as bad as any coaster. Well, if you go on Hero and you're scared of it, then you're going to come off thinking that was awful. But if you go on the Smiler and you think this is going to be awful, I'm so scared, you'll come off and you'll love it. That's what happens with every ride you're kind of scared for, bar Hero. Or Rita in that circumstance. A lot of people have been commenting on my Alton Towers video saying that I should stop the hate on Rita. Again, as I said earlier, I don't hate it fully. It's exaggerated a lot, but I just don't like it a lot. It's just not a great ride. Let's get some more questions. A Gravity Group Woody with a similar layout to Kuka Lane. I still don't know whether I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, that would be a decent idea, I guess. I'd like to see a wooden coaster come to Thorpe Park. That would be a pretty decent idea. But who knows? Might not even happen. Really enjoying the stream. Again, thank you so much, Jack Dubs. You don't have to donate. You can just say it in the chat. It's fine, but I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Dan, you know you can spam the smooth button. I'm using the 4-meter smoothing technique because, literally, I've made this all out of the smallest piece. If you don't know what the 4-meter smoothing technique, I'm pretty sure Silverette, big Planet Coaster YouTuber, amazing creations he makes. You can go check his video out. He does a 4-meter smoothing technique, and it smooths out your coasters a lot. So, yeah, go check that out. Dan, have you been to Wallaby to see Untamed? I have not, but I am planning to this year if this whole situation that's going on, this whole pandemic, doesn't cancel it. Which if it does, then it does, doesn't it? I'm going to be gutted, but that's how it's going to be. Should be riding 2 RMCs by the end of this year, which will be insane, but whether that happens or not, there you go. Have you ever been to Hayling Island? I have. Would you rather have Alton Towers as a home park or Thorpe Park? This is a controversial opinion. A lot of people would say Alton Towers because the better rides, better theming, better landscaping and whatnot. I'd say Thorpe Park because it's not as big and the rides there are of decent quality, although a lot of people would disagree with me there. But I like Thorpe Park a lot. I think it is my home park pretty much. It's like the closest major one to me, unless you count Gulliver's and stuff. But it's a very good park, in my opinion. It's just they have a lack of investment, big investment really. So, they could do with that obviously, but there you go. I like Thorpe Park a lot. I'd rather have it in my home park because it's a lot less walking for the same rides you're doing each time. Had to use VPN and make up. Oh my god! You really didn't have to. You really didn't have to do that again. But I appreciate it as always. As always. How many credits you got? I don't remember the exact number, but I think it might be 104, 105. Taron was my 100th, which I was really happy to do. I was going to make it Octonauts and video it or something, but that's not happening. I'd rather do a ride that I've been waiting since 2016 to ride than a ride that was... Actually, no, I regret that now. Should have done that. Oh well. Honestly, for those who are scared of the Smiler, it's not scary at all. Yep, I agree with that. If you're worried about that weird stomach feeling, yeah, I agree with that. What's the second RMC you're riding? The second RMC will, or hopefully, is Untamed. But before that, I'm hoping to go to Energylandia and get on Zardra. So, whether that happens or not, as I said, I hope it does, but if it doesn't, then fair play, but I would love to go on that. It looks insane. Enough of my coaster plans and trips. Where are you guys going this year if you've had plans to go abroad, if you've had plans to go to parks in the UK you've never been to before? What do you think? It's pronounced Zardra, not Zardra. Yes, I know it's pronounced Zardra, not Zadra, I know. I'm getting distracted from smoothing this. I'm going to try and look over to a question, read it, answer it, come back to this, because I feel like I'm not doing a lot on this project right now. Was meant to go to Port... Yeah, that's a bummer, man. Port Ventura is such a good park, and to miss out on a trip, any trip abroad, or even to the UK, I'm gutted about missing Thorpe Park Annual Pass Day. I was going to the Pleasure Beach Experience event at Alton Towers the weekend past. That would have been insane as well. But, as said, it's the best thing for the government to do and for the parks to do to keep people safe, and it makes sense. So, Cedar Point, that's insane. Cedar Point would be insane. Do you have a subreddit? If not, you should make one. I don't do Reddit because I kind of see everything happen on Twitter and Instagram, so it's just a bit like, is there any point in having Reddit? But it could be something I could look into, but I said look, not lick. I'm stupid. I was going to Wallaby Holland last... Yeah, that's a bummer. Anyone who's had plans, again, I'm sorry to hear about your plans being cancelled, but we are all in this same boat together because everyone's had their trips cancelled, so don't feel like you're the only one. It is a big bummer, though. Which hotel at Port Ventura? I'll tell you, I know that was probably a question to the person who said they were going to PortVentura, but you should honestly stay at Hotel Caribe. That is such a nice hotel. Think of making a book. Probably not, because there's nothing to write about me. There's no fascinating stories. There's no, hey, I hate Rita. Thanks for reading this book. Phantasialand, so I'm going to miss... Yeah, Taron is insane. But bear in mind, a lot of people tend to look over Phantasialand as if like it's going to just be Fly and Taron, whereas it's got Taron, Talakan, Chapas, Black Mamba. Windjus is quite good as well. That's a decent spinning coaster, probably the best one I've done if you don't count Cobra's Curse as a proper spinning coaster, because it's not really free spin, it's more controlled. But that's really good as well. But yeah, it's been a decent stream. We're an hour and 6 minutes in, and it's not crashed on me. I was having problems just before this, and literally my PC just, all the internet froze at about 6 o'clock, and I just couldn't watch any videos. I couldn't, like, go on Discord or anything. Obviously, if you don't know, I have a Discord server. Link in the description. That was a good segue. Yeah, I have a Discord server, and I was trying to load into Discord, and it just died because my internet, and I was like, well, this is going to go badly, and it was good. I can think of an interesting we don't need to go into that. Not my fault. I just hadn't eaten, and the plane journey was absolute shite. Look at that, smooth. Oh, there we go. Cedar Point right now. See that kind of stuff. For me, when there's a park trip like the UK ones, that got cancelled for me. So I was supposed to go Blackpool again. I was supposed to go Drayton Manor today for the first time in ages to get on Shockwave, but obviously can't do that. But literally, it was the days before I was just like, well, it's the right decision to make. I'm not going to be bummed about it. I'm going to keep high hopes, my head up. That was what I was looking for. I was going to keep my head up and done. And then when it got to Saturday, it was just like, oh. It's time for... I'm not going to say that because I know... I don't really know exactly what happens, but stuff happens when you say that kind of words about what's happening in your videos. It auto-detects it. I don't know whether that's like true or not, but there you go. I'm just going to keep it. But well, I don't think you can even get on a coaster if it's going to stay. So I mean, I'm happy that I got to go to Blackpool just before this whole thing kicked in. I think that was a lucky call to go there. I was really happy that I got a trip in at least. I know a lot of people didn't, and I'm sorry for them. Obviously, because a lot of people do want to get to the parks, but it's been called off now, and as I keep saying, it was the best thing to do, but it is a big bummer. There you go. How did you manage to get to so many parks? It's just kind of, you have to find the right hotels, find the right time, find the right tickets for like plane journeys and stuff. So for instance, if you're talking abroad, then a good cheap trip is to go to PortVentura. You can get flights pretty cheap. I'm pretty sure you can get a hotel pretty cheap if you stay in like a villa nearby or something like that. A villa? What am I on about? A hotel nearby. Something like that. You stay there. It's a decent holiday for not a large price. I've heard a lot of people go there for very cheap. And then UK parks, it's just a matter of, well, just getting the tickets and not spending too much money there or like on the way and stuff, and then there you go. RMC Madam Two Swords. Dan, secretly I skip school days. Well, I technically am right now because it's not on, but I can't say I haven't missed school days because of trips and stuff, but there you go. That is not 90 degrees, that's slightly more. But there you go. do a foot reveal. What is this chat right now? How does it feel to have made a community full of flying fish mockery? I don't really know what to say about that because I'm kind of ashamed of myself for creating. No, I'm joking. It's fine. A lot of people seem to deem it unfunny, which I've stopped trying to make jokes about it now, like the whole flying fish bounzilla thing, because I do realise I do say them quite a lot and it is very repetitive. But there you go. I live in Northern Ireland, haven't been to a theme park. Which park should I go to? Well, if you're an island, go to... What is it? Thorpe Park, that's it. Go to there, that looks really good. Obviously a nice... It's a gravity group, isn't it? Gravity group, Woody. I think it's a gravity group. Cuca Lane, good ride. Well, it looks like a good ride, can't comment on that. How old are you? I've said this... Well, I haven't actually said that. I'm 15 and I was in year 11. Was being the key word there, because I'm not anymore. A lot of people did say that I sound older, so I appreciate it. Here we go. It's probably going to be a lot less smooth than you expect. It'll probably be a lot more kind of, you know, just... Tesco or Asda? Don't know. There we go. It's going to lag a lot. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. It's lagging a lot, though. Shall I take all the water out? That's a bit rough. That could be smoother. That could way be smoother. Oh, no. Oh, no, we've had a rollback. Oh, well. I'm going to remove all the water. Because my game is lagging insanely. Let me get rid of half of the park. I'm hoping I don't save this. Look at that, 22,000. Can't delete 5,000 at a time. Are you mental? Oh, okay. No, that's not going to work either. No, that's not going to work either. That works. 10,000. See, this is why the game is lagging so much. It's literally 10,000 pieces for that. Mental. Is that a bit smoother? It is not. Sorry guys, I'm oh god, what have I done? I just deleted Tidal Wave. Oh Christ, what have I done? I can't even get a good view of this anymore because Swarm's gone. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Well, is this Thorpe Park? It was. I'm fine, don't worry, you don't need to spam make a backup. I've already made backups, it's fine. You just hear the building noises. Is the swarm back now? Way, we've got cover. That didn't even make sense. Smile and Oblivion won't break down. Don't worry about that. I saw a comment. Oh, there we go. £2. Thank you, Theme Parks UK. Hey man, sorry for trying to get you to sub. I don't remember when that happened, but thanks, I guess. Don't really know what to say. I appreciate the donation. Cheers. Ah, you gotta go. Alright. See you later then. Planet Coaster can't build hair noises. Hey! And that's all you get. I'm gonna make it a little bit faster. Have to go. Have a nice evening. I know quite a few people are going off. Have a good evening, everyone. Cheers for staying tuned on this episode. It's not even an episode. on the stream. Gangster Granny will be hopping in her box if this ride doesn't open soon. Again, there comes the laugh. I have one question. Here we go. What is it? Snazzy overlay at the top. Thank you very much, Dom. Appreciate it. It took me about 2 minutes, but there we go. What's your favourite shower curtain brand? Personally, I was going to make a joke, but then I realised they're a toilet company. Armitage Shanks. There you go. I'm hilarious, aren't I? That was a joke. Hello, OS everything. I didn't just say that because you just said say hi to me, please. I saw your comment before, and welcome to the stream. Here we go. Right. It's fast. It's too fast. It's too fast. This is too... I think this is too fast for a dive. It just makes it. What have I done? Are you upset about not doing your GCSEs? Well, I've seen this question pop up a couple times. I wouldn't... At first, I was a bit like, this is insane, what's just happened? Why is this happening? This is, like, really weird. Now I'm alright with it, considering I'm happy I did alright during mock periods and stuff. Because I feel like if I hadn't done that, it would have been ropes. It would just been... I would have died. So my predicted grades weren't that bad, actually, so I'll take them. I think they would probably... I think most of them were above 7s, so I'm pretty happy with that. What app is this? This is Planet Coaster. It's not an app. It is a PC game. There you go. There's a lot of personal questions. Well, not personal questions. But there's a lot of questions related to me. I will be answering a lot of the ones that have come up. I will be answering them all. I'm not a try... Come on, I'm not a try-hard. Leave me alone, man. I will be answering a lot of them in the Q&A that I am going to be recording a lot. So... A lot. I'm going to be recording a lot. That I'm just losing track of the fact that I just got called a tryhard. I'm now very sad. But yeah, it was yeah, it wasn't too bad. What am I saying that to? I've lost complete track of everything. There you go. You know what? I really cannot be bothered to... This is sounding so half-assed. I really don't want to like modify the layout because... I feel like if I modify the complete layout, it's going to become worse, and it's just going to become less and less realistic. Not that it's realistic now, but it's, like, bad. As I said, my predicted's over the 7s, I think. Most of them on the top of my head. How does Oblivion 2 compare to Oblivion 1? If you're talking about Oblivion the Black Hole, I would say Oblivion the Black Hole is better than Oblivion, but the drop on Oblivion is better than Black Holes. Do you use Streamlabs? I'm using OBS. That's what I'm using. So, you know. But yeah, I'm pretty... There's one main part of this that I'm not happy about. It's this bit here. How it looks from this angle looks awful because it kind of goes down, then up again. But from other angles, doesn't look too bad, does it? So, how fast does... See, I knew it was you. Thanks for having me on the podcast again. How fast does Rush go? Well, we'll have to find out in the episode. But yeah, it was a very good podcast. And as I said, stay tuned to Theme Park Family on YouTube, where I am on a podcast. They're posting on Friday. Yeah, it was Friday, you said. On Friday, yes. I also got how many water rides they have wrong, because I'm not a Thorpe Park fan. How can I download Planet Coaster on my Wii? Download it to your Raspberry Pi. I remember Raspberry Pis. Jeez. The times. When the Digicast releasing, as said, there'll be something at the end of this video. The end of this... Oh, I'm getting into video mood. Come on. At the end of this stream, that will have a little teaser as to when it's coming out. So stay tuned. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to support it all. I'm not going to do custom supports because I feel like I'll be here forever and it's lagging a lot. So I feel like if I were to be here, my PC would just... Well, not even my PC, the stream would just die. So I think it's probably best that I just, you know... I would watch your videos all day. How long you... Wait, hang on. My mind just went. I could watch your videos all day. How long are you to stay on for? I'm going to stay on for probably maybe another half hour. Once I finish this, I'm going to show some places that people wanted to see in the park. So someone did mention Creek Freak Massacre that I'm going to go see. I do remember who commented that. Not specifically, but I remember someone commenting that. So I'm going to check that out. And then I think I'm going to finish off after that. I'm going to support this. It looks awful, yes I know, but don't worry, I've got some ideas with how I want to do this, because obviously, as you know, I did make that video of the Thorpe Park RMC that I made, and I didn't release a POV for it. It came out early January, it's now early April, and I didn't release a POV for it, which a lot of people did comment on since I made that video, did say, oh, you haven't released a POV, you said you were going to. Yeah, I know I was, but don't worry. I will be finishing these coasters off. I don't know when it will happen, but I am going to be releasing a full video with POVs of this and the RMC when I have finished both. And that includes finishing supports. Not these ones, this is just for looks purpose. Is it really worth me doing this? Is it worth me going through them when I'm going to do them off camera anyway? I don't know. Another thing, here we go. This is a good thing for you guys to decide. Dan, have you played horror games? I have before. I played Dead by Daylight, played Friday the 13th. I know they're not like massive horror games. They're kind of multiplayer, horror-esque games. They're not like full horror. But I've played them. I'm pretty sure I've played a couple ones. I've seen people play Outlast and stuff before, so, you know. Gamer time! Dan, do you have VR? No, I do not. I would love to get it, but it is quite expensive, and I feel like I wouldn't use it enough to make it worth it, so... Francis Jackson, but I'm not even going to finish that off. And also, nice Red Force at Alton Towers. That just killed me in more ways than one. The thing that I don't get is why is stealth faster than the big one? It's completely big and it should be faster because of how tall it is. I don't know. I guess. Well, it's only like 5. Is it 5 mile an hour slower? Something like that. Although they tried to say it was 85 in the song or the soundtrack. So, Dan, how do I get Planet Coaster on Soldier Boy console? Not too sure. But yeah, what I was going to say is a good discussion thing for you guys to decide on this coaster. What could the colour scheme be? Because, as you can see, it looks pretty awful in that blue colour. Looks pretty awful, doesn't it? But, there you go. Funniest thing I've seen in a ride queue line... The funniest thing, well, one time, if they are watching, you know who you are. It wasn't funniest, but I was in the queue for someone... wait, hang on. I've lost all track of what I was going to say. Oh my god. How have I messed that up? How have I messed that up? I'm sorry. Okay, let me think of something else. Why is that just completely sidetracked my mind? I was just staring at the chat. I think it was... I was in the queue for... I've seen a lot of things on the walls and stuff graffitied on. So, for instance... Okay, there's no need to facepalm. I do this all the time in Planet Coaster videos. My mind just goes other places. And... yeah, it kind of... Sometimes... you see a lot of things on the walls... that people have drawn on. Like, people's Snapchats and stuff. There was one that I don't think I should say, considering it's 2020. And I think if I said it, people would take it out of context. And they'd think I said it, when I didn't. But it was hilarious. There's been a couple ones when Ligma was a meme, and there was ones of them on the wall, and it was just like, oh, you're funny. But yeah, there you go. Dead by Daylight was a sick game. It was a very good game until the servers just died. Crimson Track, black supports. That's a decent idea. We're going to go through all of them and see. Do you prefer Red Force or Shambhala? Shambhala, because, well, Shambhala. There you go. There's a lot of people who don't rate Shambhala as highly as, say, Sean Samrit does, because we know he rates that quite highly. But there you go. I rate it quite highly. Dark blue. Will you ever do a face cam video? That's a good question. I used to always not show my face on YouTube because I just didn't like it. Now I'm alright with doing it because I've done it on my thumbnails, as you've seen, and also I've done a lot of videos. If you've seen, again, Theme Park World Tours, Thorpe Park documentary, I was on that and it was a face cam video. And the Q&A that I'm making in response to some of your questions will be a face cam video. So look forward to that, I guess. I don't know. There you go. I mean, I wouldn't say I was insecure, but it just wasn't for me doing face cam videos. It was more the gaming kind of side, just kind of sitting behind it and doing it, but not that. But it's also effort, which I wasn't willing to put in back then, but obviously you've got to put in effort now, so I'm happy doing that. I was going to make that a joke, but it just didn't work. Hot pink. All pink? I don't think... I'm trying to go realistic. What day do you think Merlin Parks will be open? As I said before, if you weren't here, I say they'd open mid-May. Dan, I'm going to make a plan on what B&M will look like at Thorpe Park. Fair enough. I've done one right here, as you can see. It's like my RMC one. It's not specifically to be what I think is coming. It's just what could fit on that area, I guess. People are saying hot pink. Why? Should we try hot pink? Where do I get that colour? There. There you go. You happy now? Oh my god. Can you imagine seeing that? Show us some more of the island, I beg. I will be showing more. Thank you so much, Theme Park Giraffe, for the £2. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I will be showing more of the park in its entirety. So, there you go. Glorious. You should play Blair Witch and do a series on YouTube. Again, I've really wanted to do some kind of spin-off videos where I just go on a game. Like, if you don't know, there was a Dockyard Cup, they call it, which was Kieran Adams who made it. Jack Silkstone was involved. Coasterbot was involved. Big up to them too. There was also other people, if you've heard of them. Zero G, that sounded really rude. I didn't mean that. Zero G Media, The Drop. Obviously, I'm losing my mind. I didn't mean that. I apologise. I just felt rude saying that. But yeah, if you've seen any of those content, and if you've seen, like, that entire Dockyard Cup, there was a video and a stream of that, and I was in it, and it was Rocket League. I would have loved to have done a video on that, but obviously, you know... Start the Duel series again. I will be doing the Duel series again. It will be decent. Hopefully. Because I always tend to make one episode of a series and then it just doesn't... I don't do another one for ages, and then I stop, and then I do it again, and then that kind of stuff, so... Is that running one shuttle? Yes, it is. It is running one shuttle. You know what? We're going to set it back to the normal colour. See, I'm starting to get just, like, a lot of the time in my Planet Coaster videos, I tend to waffle on and then say something that just I wouldn't usually say, or something that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And there you go. And that's what happens to me. So I apologise for anything I say that may sound remotely just completely off topic, or if I just zone out completely, because it always happens on this Planet Coaster thing. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to leave it black and blue for now, because I feel like I've done what I need to do with this coaster. It is looking alright. I wish I could have done a bit better with it, because I really do think it doesn't look the best. But it's what we've done in the past half an hour and an hour or so. So I can't complain, really. There you go. We'll get a nice little off-ride of it. I'm not going to do a POV. So it goes quite fast into this Immelman. I think that could be... Oh no, it's actually not too bad considering if you've seen some other dive coasters recently, they go quite fast. That's quite a fast inversion. I miss airtime. The closest I could get was going over... Fair enough, fair enough. Get a lot of hang time on that one there. That could be a little bit slower or faster. Why would it be slower? That would roll back. That's a splashdown. We're going to bank that turn a bit more and then into the brakes, as you can see right there. That bit goes quite fast as well. Whoa! But yeah, that's pretty much my dive coaster. You can hear Swarm going in the background. I'm going to pause the game again because it is lagging out the stream quite a bit. But there you go. That is my dive coaster that I've made in this stream. The last 15 to 20 minutes or so. Now into the brakes. Yes, good reference. I get that. The last 20 minutes to half an hour or so, I'm going to go around the park. I don't know whether he's still here, but Europe Coaster Thrills did say that he wants to see a 500-foot SLC. I am going to do a lot more streams this quarantine time. So not necessarily in this park, because as you can tell by this stream as itself, it's not been the greatest performance from my PC and the stream in itself, as in like specs wise, quality wise, if you get what I mean. As in like whenever I move the camera it goes to like 480p or something. It just looks awful. So it's something to look into with doing more streams potentially on this world, if not on others, which I'm sure the others will be less laggy and more bearable. So I apologise about this one being a bit like grainy, I guess you could call it. That's what I want to say. There you go. Anyway, I know Theme Park Giraffe did make a donation, so thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. You really didn't have to, and yeah, I still really appreciate it. So there you go. And here's more of the island. There you go. It's very unfinished, but it's coming along decently. You can see where I'm putting more work into than other areas. Obviously, if you don't know, I tend to import parts of this park onto a different world, then build it on there so it's less laggy, import it onto here, done. That's what I've been doing with Amity. As you can see, you got the station building, you got the actual, well, the drop itself, you got the bridge and all of the exit bridge as well, into the Amity Kebab as well, and then yeah, so you got all that kind of stuff. There is a different park save that it's like kind of got more, I guess you'd say. It's got more supporting to this, which I finished. It's got the Oasis logo on top of here, which took me way too long. And then you've got the full station, because the station isn't like fully complete. And my game's just, there we go. As you can see, it's not fully complete around this side, where it is in the other save that's not this. So will you be doing a Nemesis Inferno and Saw the Ride? Thing is, you say pre-recorded for the Saw the Ride and the Nemesis Inferno. Goodbye, Mr. Cola Roaster. Anyone who is going off now, cheers for tuning in, and have a good evening, I guess. Thank you. No. And I wouldn't say I'm glad myself, because I think I could have done maybe a bit better, but it's happened now. I can't really complain. But back to it. As you know, Nemesis Inferno stands right here. I've built the supports and I've built the ride itself. Same with Saw the Ride. I've built the ride and I've built some of the supports. The thing is, I didn't record any of that. So I don't know whether I do a series on them or I do building Saw the Ride and just build some of it and then just continue off from there and make the series just not include the track layout or anything. I'm not too sure how you guys would want to see that. Or yeah, Shrek is coming for you and he's going to take you on the spot. Okay, that's very weird. But yeah, I don't really know what to do, because as you know, this is already done. The support structure already done. So is Nemesis Inferno. The ride and support structure is already done as well. So I don't really know what you guys want to see in terms of the series itself, because whether I start halfway done with all of it and maybe do more of the supports and then just do the theming. Same with this. I've done some of the supports, finished them off around here in a video, and then do some more theming throughout the entire series. I don't know. It could work, I guess. Someone else, I don't know whether they're still here or not, did want to see a Creek Freak Massacre. Look into my recreation of it. Here we go. The music does play normally, but I've turned it off because, I mean, the literally the WWTP audio is copyrighted, so I'd rather not. But yeah, Creek Freak Massacre, as you can see, not fully finished yet. You come down from the stairs. You can either go left or right. I believe left is it fast track? Left is either fast track or ambulance disabled. Not too sure which. But the right sends you off into the main queue, which will go round here. Come back down here. Queue up this way. Big up I can't even speak. Big up the Creek Freak queue when I met Jack Silkstone. That was epic. And then you go through. I'm not going to go through the whole queue because it's a bit. Yeah, I haven't done the theming in here. It does look better in night, but it's just the general layout. So if you don't want spoilers of what's inside, then click away now. But as you can see, you got this pre-show room, and then you go down that corridor through the crawl section. Let's say we go through there. You got the little balcony area. You go down this corridor here. Around again. The texture quality is awful because once again I had to turn a lot of settings down because of the lag. Go through here. There's what's this called? The Blade Room, I think it's called. Go around here. RMC Rita, I'm seeing a lot of that. Well, you see, I've built Rita before. This is a flashing light, but I won't give people epilepsy, don't worry. Go through here. This door leads to the balcony. There you go. Go down here. This is the strobe room. Again, I'm not going to turn it on just in case. I don't really want to turn it on because it's just such a spasm. It's so stupid because it's a strobe light. But there you go. That is my Creek Freak recreation. I can show you outside what it looks like with the strobes. Inside it does look a bit worse. So, you know. Loggers is an idea. Please do loggers. I'm tempted to. It would run obviously across here, and it just wouldn't work. So, you know. But I'm always down to give it a go. But yeah, there you go. That is pretty much my Thorpe Park recreation. You've got the dive coaster back there. I am going to save that as a blueprint. Probably after this stream is finished, because I am going to, as I said, eventually release a video with a POV of this off-rides, everything like that, along with the RMC I made in a separate video, and just call it something like I designed 2 coasters for Thorpe Park, and here's what they look like, something like that, just along those kind of lines. Just make a video showing them off, and there you go. That will be the end of the whole designing a coaster at Thorpe Park series. And yeah, I'm not saving the game, although I did technically get everything back, so I technically could, but I'm not going to, just in case. But there you go. We nearly at 150 likes. Jeez, I'm not going to ask for likes, but if you did enjoy or have enjoyed this so far, although it's only going to last another 5 minutes, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. This will be like the last 5 minutes I do. And I'll just go through answers a couple questions as well. In 1 minute, like you see, I need to profile that again. I will post stuff on the theme park Twitter. See, I don't know what I'm saying. On my Twitter, on my Instagram, and on the community tab, I will post some stuff with the reprofiling and whatnot, and then I will continue like that. Element on the thank you. I'm getting really nice compliments about my dive coaster, although I know that bit looks awful, so it's fine. This live has not been going on for 4 hours. It may have felt like it, but there you go. No way am I doing a co-op with you, mate. Well, let's take a minute to let's look at that for a minute. That's not great, but I'm happy to do, as I said before when we talked, I'm happy to do a little competition between making 2 coasters or something. You know, it'll be good. Good commitment to the channel, Dan. Thank you. That is my main goal at this kind of time, just to keep my head up and make content for everyone, because obviously these times are quite tough for some people, and obviously the isolation period is quite a tough time in itself. So I will definitely be making more content. I hope to get more out soon. It's just recently, this one video, you'll see why when it releases, has been taking me ages to edit, and this is why I'm doing a stream. This stream wouldn't have happened, I would have released the video today or yesterday, but the reason I'm doing this stream is because I haven't had the video ready yet, so that's the main reason why. I will be doing more streams, by the way. I should have mentioned that towards the start. I am going to be doing more streams. What they are, I don't know, but this has been a stream so far. Building this. I don't really know what you guys want to see next. I'm not going to be building another one on the back of Swarm Island. I'm going to be building another coaster or finishing off Amity or something. You know. Yesterday at 7 PM, yes, it would have been. I uploaded once at 4 PM when the whole isolation period started. But after that, it was just a bit like, oh, I might as well just keep uploading at 7. So, you know. It felt weird uploading at 4 rather than 7 as well. That was one thing to take note from. Megaphobia maybe next week. Well, I've seen you mention that before with the questions and whatnot. But I think I'm going to stray off from the side projects yet, because obviously with this Thorpe Park recreation, it's going to take forever to make. And I want to keep focused on this, and obviously Jewel as well. But there's like certain projects, like you said, Megaphobia you've mentioned. I can't remember the other ones you mentioned, but there was... Did you mention Speed at all? I can't remember. But there's a couple other suggestions you've given, which I definitely will look back to, and I'll give them a thought. And I'm happy to do a couple smaller projects, just to put some trees around as the theming element, and just do the layout, because why not? I'm gonna get a good view, because I feel like I'm gonna be here for a little bit answering questions. I am gonna only take this up to about 1:45, so won't be too long of a stream, like, to finish it off. Again, anyone who's been watching, I apologise if I've just been waffling a lot or just completely lost track of what I'm doing. I always do this, and it's the first time I've streamed in ages. Maybe I should do streams earlier so I don't feel as just tired, or whatever you want to call it, but there you go. We'll put some nice shaders on. There you go. It's kind of... I tend to record my Planet Coaster videos with no input of what I want to say or do or anything. Yeah, other one was Nickelodeon Street. Thought it was a wooden coaster or something. But yeah, I'll definitely look into that. I just tend to look into not saying much. I just say, oh, I'm going to talk about my YouTube, and I'm going to talk about series, and I'm going to talk about this, and then I just go off on a ramble. So, yeah, I apologise if I've just been talking absolute rubbish, but there you go. That is my YouTube channel for you. Weekly streams. I mean, they won't be weekly. They could be every other week, or maybe 2-3 weeks. Not too sure. I know no one's really mentioned it, but I just saw Ellie mention Roblox with the lads. I am tempted to do some, not on Roblox specifically, but I am tempted to do some more kind of, not collab videos. They're not exactly collabs with like other creators, but like just videos that are supposed to just be with my mates and stuff. So the Digicast is an example of that. Although there is a creator on there, which I definitely recommend going and giving him a watch. Oh, hello, Coasterbot. We're ending up soon, so nice timing. But yeah, welcome to the stream. But yeah, literally, I have plans for the Digicast. It's not taken seriously at all. It's just us, me and my mates, having a talk about whatever's necessary to talk about, you know. So, yeah. But yeah, welcome, Harry. How are you today? It's 8:45 now. Please do some Planet Coaster tutorials for beginners. I was looking into doing maybe 1 or 2 tutorial videos, or like tip videos. Not too sure whether I'll do that or not, but thank you for the insight. Park's looking good, boss. Thank you very much. When do you honestly think Thorpe will get a next large coaster? Probably, I'm going to say now, 2023. But there you go. Not too shabby, my dude. You alright? Yeah, not too bad. It's just I'm losing just all of my brain cells because throughout this entire stream I've been trying to talk normally and I've lost track of everything. So, because it's my first time streaming in about 6 months. So, there you go. I'm just answering questions right now. I'm probably going to finish up in just a second. But cheers for coming on. Everyone who's watched as well, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. It has been quite a long stream. It's almost been 2 hours, which is quite long for me. I usually end up after about an hour and a half. So yeah, it's very draining. I started off pretty confident at the start, and then I just lost all my sanity. So there you go. Do you like Hero? I think we know the answer to that question, but I really don't. Although, to be honest, I think it's more the fact. It's not rough per se. It's just more the fact you're having to hold on for dear life when you're going through the inversions, because I felt like if I let go, I was going to collapse back into the restraint. I'm not about that. But yeah, if you have any questions, remember to leave them in the comments, the chat. I'm going to take one more look at the dive coaster, because why not? See, the lag is insane. Once I finish this coaster, which I obviously have, and I won't be doing a stream on this park again, I am going to just be doing it elsewhere, because as you can tell, it's very laggy. So I will keep to another park, or maybe the even smaller ones that I mentioned before, where I import certain parts of different parts of the park from different worlds. Maybe go on the Amity one and build on it and stuff. So definitely something I'm looking into. But yeah, there you go. That's the dive coaster. Ignore that bit, because oh my, it looks awful. We'll view it from there. There we go. That looks no, it doesn't. That doesn't look even better. That looks a decent view. There we go. We'll view it from there. Yeah, it's a shame the game. You have to have the 3-row 10 wide, is it? I'm not too sure on the stats of those types of coasters, but yeah, it is quite annoying they don't have a mini dive option. It is quite annoying with a lot of their coasters that don't have certain train options, but there you go. It's just Planet Coaster, really. Been here most of the way and enjoyed it. Thank you, Dan. No, thank you for coming on the stream. I really appreciate it. And as I said, everyone else who has, and anyone who's donated as well, I really appreciate that as well. You really didn't have to, again, but yeah, I appreciate it. Would you like to see Wicker Man at Alton Towers to have its own area with flat? I think if they made its own area, it would just be a waste of, like, kind of with flat rides. I'd say it'd be a waste of a good theme, if you get what I mean. Because if they extended it out, it would become more of a longed out theme. Having like a flat ride loosely themed to it, I think would ruin its area or something. That's just my opinion. So maybe you have a different one. If you'd like to see that, then obviously that's your opinion. But yeah, I don't think that would work. So that's just my opinion. Can you make a video about what coaster Pleasure Beach will get next? I'm tempted to do that, to be fair. If you don't know, I've made the future of Thorpe Park. I've then made the future of Alton Towers. And as I've been requested quite a bit now, I do want to do a Pleasure Beach one. And I think that'll be pretty decent. I'm going to answer 2 more questions, I'd say. When do you think Thorpe is going to reopen? Don't say a Mac Big Dipper. Oh god, I was going to say that, to be fair. When do you think Thorpe is going to reopen? I would say early May, late May. Sometime in May, probably. I was going to say Mac Big Dipper, but yeah, it was kind of yeah, you know. That's how it is, I guess. Ignore why there's a French flag there. I was going to say, I was wondering what that was, but yeah, there's a French flag. To the people who have been in Discord calls with me and like stream video recording of this Planet Coaster Park will know why that's there. But there you go. We'll ignore that. Right. Do you think Alton Towers will destroy Rita as a gift to us? Well, I wouldn't say it'd be a gift, but it would be nice to see Rita get removed, not going to lie. How do you conquer your fears? Again, just get on the ride. Don't worry about it too much, and just ride the ride and enjoy it for what it is. Because I know as soon as you get off, you'll be perfectly fine, and you want to go again probably, because that's how I was. Why is that there? I don't know. POV of Tidal Wave. Just before I end this, you won't. There's no POVs that will be released, like in the streams and whatnot, because I've only released the POVs when I finish the parks or the project itself. So in 89 years, Colossus will get a POV, because it's taken me like 2 years to make 7 parts. But there you go. Thank you everyone for watching. It's been a decent stream. I've lost like my sanity a lot of times. If you did watch earlier, I was answering someone's question and my mind just went completely blank. So yeah, I apologise if I've said anything that may be deemed, I don't know, just waffling on or ignoring a question or something. I didn't mean to. I've tried to answer as many as I can. I've looked through the chat. So again, any questions that did come up, feel free to ask them on like Instagram DMs or whatnot, because I'm happy to answer them if you have any questions. Thank you to everyone for coming on the stream, whether you be recent or from the start. If you've been from the start, that's insane. So there you go. If you want to join the Discord server, the game's paused. If you want to join the Discord server, the link is in the description. My socials are also in the description as well. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. And that means it's time to cue those credits. Goodbye.